I'm Midnight Agent Raw.
And I'm Okame.
We are the Super Media Bros podcast, and we are founding members of the Odd Pods Media Network.
Hi, I'm Shannon.
I'm Jamie.
We're Married with Television, marriedwithtv.com. We are a couple of Hollywood normies on the outskirts of the film and TV industry, and we talk about our favorite TV shows, music, and movies, and sometimes they talk back to us.
Sometimes they do.
Our podcast is Married with Television, one word, on Stitcher, Spotify, iTunes, and SoundCloud.
Possibly Amazon soon. And we are a proud member of the Odd Pods Media Network.
Married with TV!
MarriedWithTV.com.
The Force Ghosts of Christmas Past.
New Jedi on the block.
Rebo McIntyre.
All that and more.
Obi-Wan?
Hello there.
Is that snow? Is it snowing?
It's not here, but you know.
Yeah, it's not snowing here, but it may be snowing where you're at. In which case, yeah.
Your home planet.
Your home planet, your home state, your home planet state.
Your home reality.
Whatever. In which case, welcome to episode 149 of the Super Media Bros podcast, the Santa Media Bros 2020 edition. I'm Midnight Agent Raw.
And I'm Okame.
Last year, we suffered miserably through the Star Wars holiday special, in which you will recall the Incredible Hulk was not shown that evening because something better was not being shown in lieu of something worse, much worse.
Yep.
The original Star Wars holiday special.
I have to say one thing, like you said in lieu, as in Lou Ferrigno.
Exactly. In Lou Ferrigno of something worse, the Incredible Hulk will not be shown this evening.
Right.
It made me go Lou Ferrigno on it. We had to get drunk, ladies and gentlemen. We had to get drunk as fuck to watch that shit. But this year, heroically, Disney Plus has granted us the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special, which before we even get into it, we can both say much fucking better.
No alcohol required.
No, this is good, clean, wholesome family fun.
Mm-hmm.
The other one was supposed to be, but we didn't make it good, clean, wholesome family fun.
That's where you get PTSD from. Like everything else in the world is scary, but this is probably pretty intense.
Post-traumatic space disorder.
Yep.
Not this year, damn it.
So no, instead of this hee-haw looking Star Wars themed menagerie of bullshit.
He's not exaggerating with the hee-haw.
We're getting a little mini story on Lego style of everybody after episode 9. And it's Life Day all across the universe, which is the equivalent of Christmas.
Finally, because the First Order has been vanquished.
Mm-hmm.
They can celebrate it safely again.
And what's going on with the casting crew? The crass cast and crew. So we have Rey trying to teach Finn the ways of the Force and become a Jedi, just like she did through Luke. Poe and Rose are trying to put together Life Day celebrations on the Millennium Falcon with Chewie. And lo and behold, we get told, oh my God, Chewie's family is on his way through Yoda's mouth as the narration. And you guys know, you already know, this is where the bullshit has to come in. It's like, we could not escape the Christmas past that is lumpy and itchy.
I thought we were done!
We were not. To get aside from that mental breakdown we just had there for a second.
I'm sorry.
Nah, you good.
I'm sorry. I just, all I saw was the gif of Lumpy. It's not a gift, but the gif. Don't mistake me out there. It's not a gift. It's a curse.
It is.
The GIF of Lumpy just looking and smiling those fugly man teeth.
Well, it's either that one or the picture of Itchy with his like, I'm about to shit my fucking fur face.
And that's how he dyes himself brown every year when he's starting to gray too much. He just shits and rolls around in it.
Just for Wookiees.
Yeah. Well, we failed at the good, clean family fun because obviously now we're talking about Wookiees and fecal matter and rolling around in this shit. Anyway. Yes, like Cody was saying, Life Day is upon us. The Chewie clan are here.
Now it's in my Life Day.
What the hell?
I mean, who cares about anything else at this point? I just want to be done.
Like I thought we were a while ago, but that's not the case.
No.
Okay, so at some point during this little thing where Rey is trying to teach Finn how to use the lightsaber, he kind of has doubts about himself. And unbeknownst to Rey, by taking the lightsaber away and giving him the wooden replacement, she kind of hurts his feelings.
Poor Finn. He was trying his best.
He tried. He really did. He's constantly distracted by the porgs, which, goddamn it, the porgs in this were funny as shit, as always.
They're always good. They always get eaten, too.
Those poor little bastards.
They exist for any reason. It's to feed Wookiees.
But Rey also at the same time is wondering if she's not doing good enough as a trainer and as, a master Jedi to train him. Like, she's scrolled through the sacred text and everything.
The sacred text.
Right as they are interrupted by Poe, who's wearing one of the best looking Christmas sweaters.
Which I actually looked up, and they don't have that exact one, but they have one similar to it that I'm probably going to buy.
I feel like it's coming soon enough.
Yeah.
It's got to be. There's no way they just don't do it.
Like, don't get me wrong, I hate Christmas with a passion, but I will rock an ugly sweater if it's appropriate.
Right. But anyway, not just Poe, but like Rose shows up, 3PO, R2-D2. Chewie's waiting on his family, but god damn it, the family does show up eventually, so spoiler alert, fuck. Anyway, he's assigning Finn to do all the decorating and asking Rey if she can help do the Tip-Yip. The Tip-Yip.
Which they didn't really thoroughly explain what the Tip-Yip was.
It's Endorian chicken.
Okay. You didn't see one fucking bird in the whole episode 6 movie either, and it's like, what the hell is a Tip-Yip?
What the hell?
Is a Tip-Yip.
Good fried rice.
Tip-Yip fried rice is what's happening.
You put Tip-Yip in fried rice.
Do not drain it with colander.
No. Colander.
But yeah. Anyway, she gets frustrated and decides to just leave. Like she boards her X-Wing and just yeets the fuck out with BB-8 while Poe is just running amok in a good way. But this is kind of where the story gets kicked off. So she goes to find herself, I guess, but she instead finds this key, but it looks like a shit ton of diamond rock formation.
It looked like a bunch of kyber crystals in this. It looks like a icicle shape, but
yeah, it's like this temple in Kordoku.
And she ends up discovering that if you do like Doctor Strange and wave your fingers in a circle, it makes a portal. And they fell into it, BB-8 and Rey, and they ended up at the original site on Dagobah where Luke was being trained by Yoda. So now the concept is she's going back in different points of the timeline to figure out how the training with the Apprentice of Mastership worked throughout the 9 movies that came out and then some, basically.
Yeah, because at some point she realizes that she sees or she's reading that the past will help a Jedi's future or something, to that nature.
Yeah, there was some kind of like encrypted like message, like the key is your past or something like that. I don't remember the line, but that was basically what was happening. She was going back to figure out what she was doing wrong.
And in kind of a butterfly effect, each time she visits something from the past, she kind of fucks up something within that time realm or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She breaks Luke's concentration. Then where do they go next?
They went back to when Vader and Palpatine in episode 6, and that's when Vader had the cup saying best emperor in the universe or something like that, like best emperor ever or something like that.
Oh yeah, he tried. It's really comedic the way they play Palpatine and Darth Vader's relationship or whatever.
Mm-hmm. But they ended up right behind one of the little guard stations at the elevator, and Vader and Emperor are like trying to figure out like, okay, I'm the master, of the universe, stuff like that, whatever. And Rey figures out, oh shit, we're in the wrong timeline. This is the wrong place to be. We're getting out of here. And they left the portal open. Like for some odd reason, like the one time the portal stays open for like 10 minutes longer than it should have. Vader and Palpatine happen to see that the portal's open and Vader gets pretty much shoved into it.
Right.
And they end up back into the temple with Vader and he takes the key.
At the same time that this is happening, the Wookiee family arrives and they have commenced to just wrecking the food,
Mm-hmm.
like they do. And Poe is just kind of like, well, what the fuck? Isn't this where Rey and Vader just start saber battling across different points of the universe?
Yeah, because they chase each other throughout. The first part was episode 1 when Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon were on the the Naboo trade ship or the Trade Federation ship. I'm sorry.
Yep.
And Obi-Wan's just like, I'm bored. Banging his head on the table.
Right.
So they end up pulling them two out. And then they go to episode 3, where Vader and Obi-Wan are fighting in Mustafar. And they pull them two out. And then they go into the Clone Wars saga and they pull Obi-Wan from that point out. So at one point, they end up on Tatooine on episode 4 when Luke is walking out in the sunset before they shut the power down. And you just see all these people flying through the air through this portal.
Yeah, it's like literally everybody from episodes 1 through 9 at some point, be it their past or current or future selves, just falling in, and they land, and there's just this giant shitstorm of a battle.
But before that, we had the 3 Obi-Wans. Hello there.
Hello there. Hello there. Best part.
What's even better about this part is they pulled Darth Maul after he got sliced in half.
Oh, yeah, so it's just his top half, just kind of waddling.
So he's just wobbling around, like cutting people up, doing his little flips and shit. But like he said, yeah, they have this massive battle amongst each other, clone troopers and stormtroopers and Jedi and Sith. We even have both Han from the earlier days and old Han from the newer days. And
Right.
you're like, time to shoot first? Definitely.
Yeah, they just fucking fired off. But it's hilarious because in one of the points during their time traveling, Rey lands inside of the X-Wing starfighter with Luke from A New Hope, and technically, according to her, they helped blow up the Death Star.
Which makes you wonder if this was all canon, like if that was actually to happen and he missed because of that. That would fuck everything up from episode 4 on.
Fucking Obi-Wan comes back from the Force Ghost grave, and he's just like, "You little shit, I trusted you."
I killed myself for this.
It's not hello there, it's hell here.
Yep. Goodbye. Yeah, because we wouldn't have any Jedi Luke or anything like that. We wouldn't have Han being carbonated. I mean, it would just be chaos. Like all the plans would be destroyed at this point because they wouldn't have a way to go back and get a second shot. So Rey could have fucked up everything.
Right. There's one part in here that's really hilarious too, where Vader is talking about building the second Death Star and how he suggests Starkiller Base is the name of the new one. And then the Emperor is just shooting down the idea of Starkiller Base, but then it winds up being called Starkiller Base later on by Kylo Ren. So that's pretty damn funny.
Which we get introduced to Kylo Ren again. It was in episode 7, I believe, when he had his mask broken. And he was just being this little shit dancing around in his little chamber with his shirt off.
Well, his shirt was off in The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Which the fuck is hilarious, dude.
And Hux was walking in trying to tell him what was going on, and he kept saying everything known to man about the word chest or pecs or tits or, not tits, but you know what.
Right.
And it was just so funny because at one point, Vader and Emperor Palpatine pick up Kylo. Palpatine fixes Kylo's helmet because he's like, "Do you have a helmet? Like, every Sith has a helmet." He's like, "Well, yeah, I do, but it's broken." It's like, "I got you, fam."
Yeah, it just fucking force fixes it.
Which, again, it looks just like it did in episode 9 when it had all the red lines on the cracks. And it's like, makes you wonder.
Right?
Is this how they brought back Palpatine in episode 9? Like, there was no other way that could make sense. Like this, I mean, it doesn't make sense still, but it makes more sense than any other way.
There's a funny part in here also when they're time jumping where Anakin and Obi-Wan are fighting through that giant, like, lava area.
On Mustafar,
yeah, dude. And the fucking poor bastard snow troopers land on a rock right behind them. And the first thought I had was, God damn, they're going to melt. Because they're dressed for the winter. And they just,
Yep.
Poor bastards.
But it makes me think like they could be protected by the force field that the robots that are carrying them on that protect them from being melted. So I can assume they weren't as hot.
This is true.
Because, I mean, Obi-Wan and Anakin would have melted and burned to death at this point.
Right.
But yeah, so Kylo gets brought back to the Death Star 2 at this point.
Yeah.
And this is where Palpatine's like, Starkiller, that's the perfect name. That's a great name. He's like, that's why we used it.
And Vader's like, hey,
what about me? And yeah, this is where the comedic relief comes in, where Vader's pretty much like the patsy. He's the butt of the joke at this point because he's being dismissed by Palpatine throughout the whole entirety of this. But now Kylo is pretty much replacing Vader. as the apprentice.
Yeah, because Kylo Ren basically informs both of them what happens at the end of Return of the Jedi, and how Palpatine's just sitting there like, you throw me down this reactor and I die? No.
Palpatine sends Vader off to get Luke Skywalker like he did in the movie, and Kylo's like, you just realize you set in the course of actions that I just told you about, right?
And that's what's fucking hilarious, because it's all going to tie together. You know, it's already going to tie together and all this shit. But another thing that's funny is when Rey gets like yeeted back to her own time, so she's freaking out. How the fuck am I supposed to get home or fix all this, basically? And Ghost Yoda fucking shows up, and he's just like, you hurt Finn's feelings. I'm just speaking normally. I'm not even gonna talk like him, because yeah, that's how it would sound.
Finn's feelings hurt you, did?
Yes. Thanks.
Bitch, you are.
Yeah, but he pretty much tells her in so many ways that she fucked up and she's had the power all along and that she doesn't need the key. So now Rey automatically is just like, oh, I can do this, and forms portals on her own and jumps in time to go help everybody.
But the story behind this was there's no text, there's no special thing like physically that you need to train an apprentice, because Yoda showed all of the pairings of like Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan and Anakin and Luke and Rey and all these other people, and he's like, what do you see? It's like, they're master and apprentice. He's like, no, deeper than that. Oh, they're friends. And that's correct.
Exactly. You win a prize.
So basically, friendship is the key to training Jedi.
Yeah.
Which, okay. I didn't know this was going to be a My Little Pony themed episode here.
Friendship is magic.
But yeah, so to end everything, Rey basically summons kyber crystals out of the walls around her, forms her own portal, goes back to the Death Star 2, which is what we call it now, and they meet up with Luke Skywalker of that timeline. Luke Skywalker's there with him because from episode 4, because he followed along with Rey throughout this whole point. He was just completely oblivious to whatever the fuck was going on. And this is where Kylo and Vader fought against Luke and Rey. Not episode 4 Luke, episode 6 Luke.
Yeah, I always thought it was hilarious that episode 4 Luke, all he was doing was just kind of walking around drinking his blue milk, and he consistently has like this blue milk mustache, and it's the funniest goddamn thing ever.
I know at one point too, I think Rey put him back in the timeline. Like, this was after the fact, but when he put him back, he was like sleeping like a baby or something. He was like out cold, and he just put the carton of milk on him, and he's like cuddling it like a little teddy bear. But side note, before we go into all that, we forgot to mention probably one of the funniest parts of this whole film, in my opinion, was the return of Max Rebo.
Hell yeah, Max Rebo was just a pleasant surprise.
Which, if y'all don't know who Max Rebo is, y'all need to go watch y'all's films again.
Yeah.
But he was that blue alien in the Tatooine Mos Eisley cantina that would play the little like circular keyboard. So Poe was like, yeah, we just need some entertainment. And Max Rebo's been gone for 30 years.
And out he waltzes and commences to being the DJ of the party, essentially.
And I think it was Rose that asked, like, what happened to the rest of the band? And in his own language, he was like, they all dead.
Yeah, they died.
Yeah. He's like, oh, I'm sorry.
One other funny part about it, too, was when Poe was trying to cook the chicken. He has, is it Chewie? He has, like, go to the thrusters and turn the thrusters.
No, C-3PO.
Okay, so he gets 3PO to go turn the thrusters on to the Falcon. And he's just leaned over with this giant, like, pitchfork thing. And he holds it over the fucking engine jet, and he's, all right, now. And he just lifts it up, and it's just torched and shit. I mean, and shit's going kind of wrong. But there's a point in the vision that I also forgot to mention when Yoda is showing Rey everything. There's a spot when one of the Christmas tree is about to fall on the dinner, and Finn just kind of, without even thinking, just rolls over and uses that wooden lightsaber to stop it. And they're like, "Oh wow, you're really good. Where'd you learn that?" And he's like, "Rey taught me." "Oh, she's a great teacher." And he's like, "The best." And that was also proof that to Rey, Finn really thinks very highly of her. That's like a little heartfelt moment there. But anyway, yeah, some of the funniest shit is happening at the fucking Millennium Falcon with all the festivities going on because there's all these decorations and it seems like shit's just kind of it's a typical party. Certain shit's falling apart, because it's fun. It's not disastrous or anything. But yeah, so she winds up confronting Palpatine and Vader, and this whole time Vader is, like you said earlier, he's kind of feeling like second fiddle now. Kylo is having reservations because the Emperor wants him to throw Luke down the shaft and Vader, but he's like, Grandpa Vader? I can't do that.
That was his role model, his inspiration.
Exactly.
So while they're fighting and everything, Kylo Ren does the line that he does in every fucking film. He's like, Rey, join me. We'll rule the galaxy together. Just typical Kylo Ren. But I think at this point, this is where Rey, I think, pushes Kylo back into his timeline.
Oh my God.
Vader grabs Palpatine just out of frustration. He's like, no, I am done being your patsy, basically. And he takes him and he's like, what are you doing? And he like does and I forgot about that, like the, was it Shaki Shaki or whatever he said?
Yes.
Yeah, every time Palpatine would like do his lightning, he's like Shaki Shaki or something like that. But he was doing that whole scene from episode 6 and he shocked Vader randomly and he had like this Christmas sweater on underneath his fucking armor. And it was so fucking funny to me. But yeah, he throws him down the shaft and Palpatine's just like seeing the cup that he threw down, which I don't understand how it's still floating down the shaft after like 40 minutes. But he falls down the shaft, picks the cup up midair, and he's like, well, this was pretty thoughtful. He's like, why am I so mean? Like he has this like Dr. Phil like breakdown. It's like, why am I so mean?
Well, it's because Vader throws the cup down after him.
Yeah.
And it was just, he throws him down, he throws the cup, he's like, throws it down.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has like this big change of heart halfway through the fall. And you're just sitting there like, dude, this isn't how it works at all. You're going to be toast again.
Yep.
Or toast in general.
Toasty.
And I forgot to mention when Rey throws Kylo back to his own time, he throws a shit fit and goes berserk and fucking destroys the shit out of his chambers again.
And Hux walks in just like the stormtroopers or the First Order troopers did and just, nope.
Yeah, he walks in with like, he like walks in with a whole tray of food or some shit, and he's like, and just backs away slowly.
Mm-hmm.
Good shit.
I remember the line too when Kylo was asking him like, I am the Emperor of the universe, right? He's like,
no.
He's like, okay, part of the universe, some of the universe, a fucking Tibetan space mine or something. What am I the Emperor of?
Bitch, you the Emperor had nothing.
You did. There was something else that I thought about earlier that I was wanting to mention. I forgot about it. Oh, speaking of, like, we had some returning cast members and original voiceovers of the actual shows come in to voice this as well. Billy D. Williams came back as Lando, which was really fucking cool.
Right.
James Arnold Taylor came back as Obi-Wan, which he's been Obi-Wan since I think the original Clone Wars show came out.
Right.
Who else was on there?
Oh my God, we forgot. There was a present that was gifted to Lando.
Oh yeah, it's like, please be a cape. Please be a cape. Oh, it's a cape.
No, and it's a wrap.
Oh, it's a wrap. I forgot about that fucking line.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
But yeah, like there's some star people coming in. Like Anthony Daniels voices C-3PO, even though he only like 2 lines.
Yeah, but still.
It's like, how many Luke Skywalkers? But yeah, they all return. Rey and BB-8 come back. And they realize, well, she realizes, the true meaning of training as a Jedi is to have that bond, that friendship with your apprentice and master and stuff like that.
And trust.
Right. So they go back and they Rey gives Finn the lightsaber to cut the Tip-Yip and pretty much cuts through the fucking table. But they're like, hey, fuck it. We'll eat it.
And then it starts snowing.
Yep. On Kashyyyk. It's a life-day fucking miracle.
Yes, it is.
And Chewie and family are rolling around the fucking snow like it's fucking cocaine and Scarface.
It probably is their cocaine. They're just like, they should go fucking crazy outside. But then Rey sees the 4 spirits of Luke and Leia, and they're just like, hi. And she's like, hello there.
Hello there.
Hello. Yeah. And then Yoda ends the story by saying Life Day is the time for family and friends before wishing us all a happy Life Day. But the way he's dressed up is hilarious. He's got his little beanie and his little sweater and shit on, looking like Mr. fucking Rogers or some shit.
Well, he had the bowler cap from the snowman from Rudolph.
Yeah.
Because it was literally just a nod to that, which was pretty cool.
But yeah, I really liked this one a lot.
I mean, it was definitely way surpassed the the shitstorm that we watched last year, even though we're haunted by fucking Itchy and Lumpy.
Right. But what I really enjoyed about it is like, you know, they absolutely had fun with this one. Because, I mean, the Star Wars Holiday Special was never actually officially released by Lucasfilm. So it was just TV. And doing the Lego version of it, I mean, Lego's just going to make it 10 times better on principle alone, in my opinion.
I mean, who doesn't like Legos?
Right. And if you have Disney Plus, it's on there. This premiered on November 17th, 2020. And it's really well done. It's 47 minutes long. It's a short watch, but it's impactful in that amount of time. So, yeah, check it out. It was a lot of fun.
But I say my only complaint about the whole fucking thing is they included Chewie's family.
I mean, you kind of have to at this point just because that's a little bit of a joke. I mean, it's the biggest joke of the entirety of that special.
Also, they didn't put on Disney Plus like the Incredible Hulk will not be playing.
Fucking hilarious.
Even though you had like the Avengers, like they had on Disney Plus, like, you know, Spider-Man, I think the Hulk were teaming up or some shit. But yeah, you can watch it anytime you want to. So there's that.
The Lego Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening. Hulk mad.
Hulk angry.
Hulk angry. But anyway, yeah, that's the Star Wars Holiday Special, the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special. We had a blast watching this. It was a lot of fun. It was nice to just sit back and not have to think about too much watching this. Just enjoyed it for what it was.
And to be coherent.
Yeah, no shit. You don't need alcohol for this.
No.
Maybe some eggnog, but you don't need alcohol.
Not a shit ton that we drank.
No, fuck no. Last year we got completely blitzed and did this.
If you want to listen to that episode, it's still there.
Yeah, it's still there in all of its fucking glory. However, next week it's going to get a lot more messy.
As per usual.
Yeah, we're going to do Cult Cinema Showdown 62, and it's going to be Christmas Evil versus Silent Night, Bloody Night. I forgot that Silent Night, Bloody Night was a canon film.
And you mentioned it to me yesterday, and I was like,
yeah.
Yes.
Just, yes. And then we're also going to be talking about the short film Treevenge from Jason Eisner, director of Hobo with a Shotgun.
If that gives you any context.
If you would like to prepare for that episode, it is on YouTube. And then, of course, our Christmas Day edition is going to be Santa's Slave versus Jack Frost. Leave us a rating and review if you like what you hear.
Leave us a comment about how much you hate Lumpy.
Yeah, I would absolutely.
And possibly Itchy if you don't care to see a geriatric grandpa Chewbacca.
A chewiatric grandpa.
Chewiatric, yeah.
He's probably gumming the Yip Tip or the Tip-Yip.
They gotta blend it inside BB-8.
Ugh.
And then spit it out like a mama bird.
Oh, fucking gross. God damn it. Ugh, the fucking Wookiees. You want to get out of here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys already know the drill about the social media and the YouTube and the coffee.com and everything else. You know, just go look in the show notes below. It's all there. We're going to get out of here. But actually, we're going to go watch Treevenge in a little bit and get ready for that one. Because, you know,
shit happens.
That's it. Alrighty. That was episode 149, the Lego Star Wars Holiday Special. Until next week, I've been Midnight Agent Raw.
And I'm Okame.
Shades on.
We're off.